Hello, everybody, and welcome to the After Hours Podcast, number 13. And just seeing...
Oh shit! I can't be on this one.
Why not?
13 is an unlucky number.
I was born on November 3rd. I shouldn't really
Point
not reveal my
proved.
birthday, but I was born on Black Friday, so it's November 13th.
Point proved.
I was born on Black Thursday, which was a little disappointing with my name being Jason.
Thanks for
I was born black.
saying something before I can introduce myself or Ollie.
I have that same thing that Michael Jackson
Whoa.
And then I introduced the guest, but you just burst in there and just ruined.
You ruined the whole podcast,
Surprise, really?
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to After Hours Podcast with me, Dave, and my co-host Ollie.
Yeah.
And now we've got the semi kind of, or sometimes here, sometimes not, other co-host-ish, Jason.
Can we push this along?
Simi.
I've got other things.
Simi.
Push us like, we're literally just starting an hour podcast. And
Yeah.
you're just like, hurry up.
Can we hurry up?
We can't make time go faster. I'm sorry.
Have you ever taken magic mushrooms?
Well,
Yes,
actually,
I have, but it doesn't make time go faster. It just makes your brain go faster.
I mean,
It
technically,
makes
the
the signal
faster you
go
go,
slower.
time goes slows down for you relatively. So
That's
I mean,
true.
Anyway,
for us, it wouldn't help.
Can I just finish my intro?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know, try it.
This is the podcast where we kind of gas
Oh,
bag
maybe
about
I'm
things
wrong.
that have happened for the past couple of weeks. The way that we don't really have a structure. We kind of just talk about stuff and see where things.
We're a lot more candid. We talk about
Yeah.
our lives and stuff, whereas we're
Pretty
not just
much.
talking about Critical Role or whatever.
Yeah, Critical Role, Dungeons and Dragons related. This is kind of just anything.
Yeah.
I didn't sign up for this. No, I'm kidding. I did.
Yeah, you signed up in blood, motherfucker.
You didn't sign up for anything I asked you. You literally did no work
Yeah, I kind
to
of.
be on this podcast.
I sat down
You sat down pretty much.
and,
And
I
complained
didn't
about your
leave.
chair as well.
Yeah, you sat down, spoke before you were supposed to.
Complained
and
about
just-
your chair being not as nice as ours.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want from us?
Fucking-
As a seasoned actor.
Oh, you didn't even audition for our play. You can't call yourself an actor. That was the hottest stick in the
And when was the last time you really had a
Okay,
job?
you didn't ask me to audition.
Welcome
Actually,
to
I did.
Let's
You
Take
actually
It.
did. I did several
and then I
times.
completely missed
You
it.
fuck it.
We
We cast Hamish instead.
So this is actually
Hamish
the
was a really good
podcast
choice.
where we
He was
just...
a damn good choice for one of the characters in the
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
We did it. We broke him, and it was only like 10 seconds in. All right, that's all I wanted to do.
Anyway, this is the podcast where we make fun of Jason.
Oh, god damn it!
He looks like Abe Lincoln started smoking pot and playing PlayStation.
That sounds like a compliment. I'm confused.
You look like if Donald Trump let go.
Says the guy who looks like a 40-year-old homeless
That's
guy with his head upside
confusing
down.
because Donald Trump already looks like Donald Trump let go. I'm
No,
like,
that's the joke. You get the joke now?
no, but like it sends me in a spiral of confusion. I'm like, it's too dark.
I feel like
Whatever that is just so horrifying.
So, what have you been up to today, Dave?
Up to today?
Yeah.
Went to work. What are you up to today?
I went to work in the morning, but I only worked for 4 hours because it's Tuesday. And then I went and looked at a flat.
I
and
wish
it
I
was,
could only work 4 hours. I dream about that
I
day.
like the way you say that though. It's like, I only work 4 hours because it's Tuesday. Like, everyone is supposed to only work 4 hours
Yeah,
on Tuesday,
that's
but
how
we
Tues-
fucked it up.
Isn't that how Tuesday works?
No, pretty much every day, Monday to Friday, people normally work an 8 hour.
Well, no, I think you're mistaken there.
Oh,
Because
really?
otherwise I'd be doing that.
Except,
Really? Because you conform to everybody else.
Exactly my point. Yeah,
Yeah.
I very much go with the crowd. I don't like to have my own opinions.
No.
does that mean that you're non-conformist or you're only half-conformist? Like, it's not that you're not working.
Yeah.
It's that you're doing half the work.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I'm in neither category. Yeah,
Uh.
yeah. I'm so non-conformist. I'm not going to conform with the rest of you. I'm getting a full-time job.
Okay, doing what?
I just spend more time at my current work.
I work 6 days. I work every day.
And yet you complain that you have no money constantly.
I
It
know.
all goes on cocaine, right?
No, it goes on debt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cocaine debt.
I started when I started this new job about 3 months ago, and I had $19,000 of debt. I'm
Yeah.
down to 13,000.
That's pretty fucking good.
So I'm getting there. It's just exhausting. That's all. And plus, I'm starting up a side business as well.
Yeah, which we never talk about.
Which we're not allowed to talk about yet until
Doo-doo-doo.
I'm ready to talk about it.
Which we never.
And it's nothing illegal.
It's just killing prostitutes.
Look,
It's like half right, kind of.
this is just the dangers of buying cocaine on lay-by.
Yeah.
Like,
What
don't
Why
buy...
are we on this thing about me having cocaine?
No.
I
I saw
just
that-
jumped on whatever Ollie said.
And I saw it on a meme.
And
I stole it from the internet.
oh my god, I am like second degree from a meme. That's
Yeah.
where I got my joke from. Great.
Yeah.
And I read the meme on Imgur, so it had already been on
Oh,
Reddit
God.
and 4chan.
Wow, you probably ripped it off somebody else. It's just gone through so many people being ripped off.
So this is why people don't listen to the podcast.
I know a lot of people did. Someone downloaded like we had 17 downloads yesterday.
I like how you said that like it was one person.
It probably was one person just downloading the back catalogue.
Yeah, they're just not good at the internet, so they
Thank
downloaded it 17
you,
times.
person who downloaded 17 times.
Yeah, and just on we might as well go through it. If you do want to have your email read out on the podcast, send it to the d20multiverse@gmail.com. Now, the reason why we mention that is only one person ever does. And we tend to read out his email a lot.
James, we love you and you're the best person. Please don't stop sending us emails.
We do not... I mean, we love having you send an email because it actually gives us something to talk about.
Yeah.
But also, it feels a bit mean after a while because we do gasbag a bit about it and kind of bash it.
Jason's taking a selfie right now.
Yeah.
I just like to point that out because people can't see it. But I feel like it's important to the feel of the podcast to know that just happened.
Yeah.
I just forget how cool it is to do this podcast, and so sometimes I want to tell people.
You should like put it on Twitter and like hashtag like D20verse and be like hashtag on the pod.
Oh my
That's
god!
what I called the podcast.
No, I would put it on Instagram. Because...
Instagram is like 2004. Hello, it's all about Twitter now. Like if you can't get it all across in 140 characters,
some
it's even worth saying.
days you're with a group of people and you realise, holy shit, I'm the only adult in the room right now. I had one of those moments just now.
Oh, but trust me, people, when Dave is the child in the room, it is a glorious sight. It also involves way too many Nerf guns.
Yes, there's one over there.
No.
I was very tempted to go pick it up and take the Nerf bullets off the microwave and such.
I realised I should have made 2 coffees. I've already finished my first one, really.
Wow, you've got a problem, Ollie.
I know.
You've seriously got a problem, and it's bad for your heart. It's really bad for your
You're
heart
gonna-
and
you're
other
gonna-
medication
you're
you
gonna
probably
let
take as well.
When I
Well,
started
my
living with
heart-
Ollie was adamant.
I
he
got
was
him back into coffee. And
allergic to
No,
coffee.
it was actually when I started working as a barista. I kind of had to drink coffee.
Well, you were drinking coffee before that, because I remember giving you something.
No, that was all after I started being a barista. That's why I got the plunger coffee, because I became a barista. Yeah.
I thought I introduced you there, because I was having plunger.
You introduced me to plunger, because I'd always been on Insta.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Do you want to take credit for his downfall, or like do you want to let him fall on his own sword?
like to
Well,
point
I
out-
like to say credit is where it's due. You know, I think someone should be rewarded, regardless of if it's good or bad.
Can I just point something out? Since I started drinking coffee, I got a job, a girlfriend, I wrote a play, I started a YouTube channel, I stopped doing drugs, I stopped smoking.
What do you mean? You started the YouTube channel before you drank coffee?
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
But it took off as soon as I started drinking coffee.
Ladies and
No,
gentlemen,
that was in like
You're
January.
gonna be all factual.
Yes,
and
I am.
reason
Fact,
and
you
logic.
make up bullshit.
Yeah,
I'm
just trying to make it entertaining.
actually.
Look, James B is like going to be disappointed if we don't put out a good podcast for him and him alone. So
Well,
I'm just
his
trying to
first
create-
line of his letter, which we will read out later, was "Hello, Dave and Ollie, another great recap."
Again, Dave's name.
I know, it's great. Hashtag don't tweet Ollie, Mercer. Do you want to talk about your feelings towards that?
It was upsetting. I thought that I could command my army to do something. And
So just for those that are not aware, Ollie did a big kind of a big announcement at the end of NPC's. I think NPC's 32.
I don't keep track of these things.
I do. And he was he made this big kind of deal saying, "Hey, I really want Matthew Mercer to tweet me." And he's been throwing out this hashtag, tweet Ollie Mercer.
Yeah.
So at the end of the episode, he made a big kind of announcement saying, "We need you guys to go do this," and tweet it on Twitter. And I even posted on the edit. On there.
We had the hashtag underneath the YouTube video.
And how many people did it?
Well, in my last count, and to be fair, I haven't checked it as much as when I first posted it because I wanted to keep track. And I was right in the zero.
No one did it.
No one. In fact, the only person
I kind of laughed.
The only
but it was
person
kind of fun.
that even came
Kinda
close
sad
was
too.
the guy that tweeted hashtag blank Ollie Mercer.
Yeah, someone in the comments said blank Ollie Mercer.
Ryan Ratchford, if you're listening to this, I've sent a bag of dicks to your work, and they got a huge sign that says "bag of dicks" on them, and you're going to enjoy that.
Yeah, and it was signed by Matt Mercer.
It'll happen one day, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I kind of feel bad.
That just reminds me.
But to be fair, you did this whole campaign when he was in the desert, unable to access the internet. Because he's at Burning Man for that week that you did that. So to be fair, it wouldn't have worked anyway.
I wonder what. Do you reckon Burning Man is? Because did you ever remember The Gathering here in New Zealand? It was
I just looked at Twitter. The first thing that came out was Marisha Ray saying, "My husband has transcended."
Oh God!
I have no idea what's happened there, but apparently
He's going to come back thinking he's Jesus.
Well, he is.
Well,
you
I
call
know.
him your savior.
I know. He is, but he's not supposed to know that. It's going to change the destiny part.
Yeah.
Not really. That's where he's supposed to be, but yeah.
But anyway, it was a funny kind of moment. I found it funny because I did actually expect someone to do it.
I was curious as to see, because one of my main goals, and I said this very early on with the YouTube channel, is to build an army. So I wanted to see. If,
I've always disagreed with this whole idea.
yeah.
Just to be fair.
I want to do it for the content, for the. No, I want to.
I want to do it for the fun, but you want to draw this army to march on Washington or something.
Just a little bit, yeah. But yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, thank you for the gifts from the NSA.
Oh yeah. You guys have probably tuned in again. Hashtag Anthrax. So thank you very much.
Oh, I take it back.
Yeah.
Actually, this was after. This was before the actual episode that we posted.
Yeah.
Of you proclaiming that, but on the 17th of August,
Yeah.
Des did go hashtag tweet Ollie Mercer.
And just like that, Des is my favourite person in the universe.
But no one tweeted after the 22nd, which was the episode.
I don't even care.
Because you can search for hashtags on Twitter, and it was the first one that came up.
That was loud. Yes, Des is my favorite. I don't know. Does Des watches our NPCs, but does Des listen to this? Do you reckon?
I don't personally ask everyone who listens to it.
Oh no, I just thought because Des is always in Discord, I thought you might have mentioned it. No.
Why don't you get in Discord? You ask her.
I'm gonna get in Discord right now and be like, Des, you're a legend. So you guys just chat amongst yourselves.
Is he actually...
I honestly think this is a bad time to actually bring out your phone and just not make any content.
And download an app.
I just don't understand why
And then
this is appropriate
by the
to
way,
get on your phone.
Sign up to that app.
Ollie, sorry, you can't talk. You're on your phone.
Yeah, sorry.
We're
Sorry,
talking
you're
about
We're talking about
how
you, not
should be
to
doing
you.
this.
Yeah. So Dave, I realised rehearsal is not this Thursday; it's next Thursday. So I can do a live stream this Thursday. I don't know if you saw the post on the Witnesses.
I honestly don't care.
I just thought I'd let you know because you said very adamantly you wanted us to run everything by you for the live streams.
No, just when you're not there.
Okay, all right, cool. But I just thought it would be useful for you to know that.
Yeah.
As a thing.
I know, I saw it on the group. It's alright.
Okay.
That's why I'm kind of being a dick. But that's what I did say, because... No, what I meant behind that is just when you're not there and someone's running something on a channel.
Yeah.
Just give me the heads up.
Yeah, sure.
That's pretty much all I can say to that.
So anyway, back to the NSA. I was wondering, I recently did a show that was quite popular, and it was all about the Simpsons being a front for the family, one of the most powerful cults in the world. And I was just wondering, do you reckon it was because I'm not 100% on this, the Flintstones that was the prior channel of the family that had passed the torch to the Simpsons, but then the Simpsons did Futurama, which was kind of their afterthought, like E equals MC squared to Albert Einstein's theory of relativity. Was that a continuation of the same brand of brainwashing, or was that just them kind of capitalizing?
So why is it brainwashing? Can you just elaborate why it's the big brainwash?
Cool. So essentially, there's a couple of theories within that. One is the idea
So
of soul
there's
scalping.
no facts here. It's just all theory.
This is complete bullshit.
Okay. I'm not sure which angle you're going or whether you actually believe this or you're just going to spit.
I listen to a lot of very paranoid podcasts.
Oh, it's shocking.
But one of the theories is soul scalping. So the family, through the television, you're watching fucking Simpsons or whatever, and you're Charlie Sheen, and you're high on coke.
That's a weird person to pick, but alright.
No, it's actually really relevant because at one point Charlie Sheen did a video online, on the news about how he was going to take down the Satanism shit and how Obama was a lizard man and all that kind of crap. And then that's when he got addicted to the drugs because the family...
That's when. So he wasn't addicted before.
No, it's true.
It was just after that point that he was like...
and it's really good to know that Charlie Sheen, while completely sober, knew Obama was a lizard man because I wouldn't have believed it before.
No.
But if you see, I think it's Bill O'Reilly does a show where he talks right into the camera and he goes, just so you know, anyone that speaks out against the president is speaking out against America and actions will be taken. And he was referencing Charlie Sheen. He mentioned Charlie Sheen. He goes, fair warning. And then Charlie Sheen kept going on about how the fact that, America is controlled and they're all puppets and all this kind of shit. And that's when the family, through the Simpsons, fucked his life around. Complete bullshit.
So how did he fuck his life up? Because he got addicted to drugs, but it wasn't the Simpsons' fault.
No, kind of, maybe. It was their intention. Basically, they gave him a very cool trip, which introduced...
So it was the Simpsons' intention to get Charlie Sheen addicted to cocaine?
Yeah, so they could have him alone for a couple of hours with their program while he's high, so they could reprogram his brain, soul scalp him, and replace him with high artificial intelligence.
Okay. So you're saying...
Yeah.
The Simpsons was constructed...
Yes.
For just one man...
No, this is one of the little points in the entire web of the family.
But why?
Okay, because the people that are gathering followers, like Charlie Sheen, that has like how many billions of people on Twitter, have the power to change the world, and they don't want that.
So you've got a person who's evidently having a breakdown.
Yeah.
And the Simpsons goes, I know, people that follow them must be rational people that are going to believe anything he says.
Yeah.
So let's brainwash him through the Simpsons.
Yeah. It's like Britney Spears when she went full sex, and she started just grinding in front of the camera, like they soul scalped her.
Why, after their breakdown, would they try and brainwash them?
Basically, when the two things align, when fame and I want to change the world aligns, the family jumps in and soul scalps them.
So I'm just a little confused. What point did Brittany go from, like, pretending to be innocent and then
she's
not so innocent?
Yeah.
And in the middle, she was soul scalped?
Yeah.
I just don't understand why they would try and
arms.
brainwash someone after they have a breakdown.
Yeah. Rosie O'Donnell, for example, she basically went on, I think it was Oprah, she did this big rant about how you can't trust the American media, and you have to, for the real news and like non-biased perspectives, you have to go outside the mainstream media of America and watch the news and stuff in America from like BBC and that kind of shit.
Okay.
Then she got soul scalped, because she said that on live TV. And they were like, well, we can't have that.
Okay, what's your evidence, like, what do they achieve by doing this?
Artificial intelligence is coming, right?
Okay. All right. I'm trying to stay with you, Ollie.
No.
I really am here.
Artificial intelligence is coming. Until we're ready to accept that, we have to be living in the bubble. And the bubble is that we trust the government. They are in control. They know what they're doing. There are no such thing as lizard men on the moon. But in reality, we're not ready for artificial intelligence. So the cults are slowing the process of human development and hiding the information of the new technologies until we're ready to accept our Lord and Master, the artificial intelligence.
This is like
this is what we have to deal with on a regular basis, people.
you know the phrase "going down the rabbit hole." Think of that, but rather than a rabbit hole, it's just the empty mine shut, like a giant open cast mine. Somebody's calling it a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But it's a big old mess.
And you just fall down.
I just don't understand the logic of this whole thing.
Did you see the episode of South Park?
I've seen many episodes of South Park.
The one where they hound Britney Spears, and at the end they photo her to death. Yeah. That's the idea of soul scalping. You put all the pressure on someone until you can break their mind, and then just reprogram it. Basically,
the thing is, people are really, really simple. We like to think that we're all super complex because we can make up whatever the hell you just said. But we're really simple. We still work by the same primal needs as any other animal and organism on this planet. So there's no need for soul scalping. All you have to do is put the normal little drips of things in front of us, and we'll walk and we'll pick them up. Oh, here's a cookie. Oh, here's a cookie. Oh, here's a cookie.
Prime example.
As simple as that.
Prime example.
Exactly.
I was just at the supermarket. I intended to buy Oreos, and when I walked in, there was a stand selling Kit Kats for $1, and I bought Kit Kats instead.
But that's just a classic example of it doesn't matter how aware you are of things.
You still buy Kit Kats.
You still gotta buy Kit Kats.
That's why I consider it fucking worked. I know that Nestle is self.
But if you know it works, how come you're letting it work?
Yes, but Nestle didn't have to soul scalp you to get you to buy the blinking Kit Kat, did they?
And
they just had to put the stand in front of you.
Yeah.
That's the problem with people, really, is you just have to put the right thing in front of them, and they'll take it. And that's the real problem.
I think so. Basically, we've learned the Simpsons are evil and apparently
No. Family is good. Family is good. We trust in the family. All happy.
Why?
He's saying that
because they're slowing it down. Though.
He doesn't want to get soul scalped in the middle of an episode.
I don't trust people. I don't know their intentions.
No. Basically, okay. Scientists.
He's trying to say something now.
I've just got to say, everything
agree.
we've said so far doesn't sound like that's a good thing.
Okay, scientists agree that the creation of artificial intelligence is going to be one of the biggest events in human history. Would you agree with that? At least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tentatively saying yes because I feel like this is a trap.
So think about it this way.
I would love it to be mundane.
If you could create an artificial intelligence with the same level of intelligence as, say, a post-grad student or even a grad student at one of the major universities, right?
Okay.
And that's not totally out of the ordinary. If you could just create another Bob working down in the chemistry lab.
Okay.
If you hook that up to a quantum computer, in 1 week, it would be able to have enough time, because it's calculating instantly, to do 10,000 years worth of calculations. Now, imagine you've got a high IQ artificial intelligence running non-stop on a quantum computer. Now imagine you've got 10 of those quantum computers. Can you imagine the rate of calculation it's going to be able to handle?
Okay.
Yeah. Plus, you plug it into the internet. We've already got the wikis. We've got the Facebook. Which is
Why would you plug into the internet?
Well, no, because you want it to absorb all the information. Because think about it. If it started working on all the problems, if it started working on chemistry, it could solve all that shit.
Yeah, but wouldn't the risk outweigh the benefits?
Well, that's exactly right. That's 100% right. That's why the family is controlling events through the media. They're trying to slow down and get us prepared and in the right state of mind to accept the artificial intelligence. Because if it happens...
Why would you accept it? It seems like a terrible idea.
Exactly. It is.
So
right now.
Why don't they just come out and say it's a terrible idea instead of doing this brainwashing?
It's not as fun.
There's a major flaw in that whole
Why keep
process.
it secret? I don't get that.
Like, one, that doesn't make much sense. But two, I mean, a lot of that doesn't make much sense. But anyway,
everything's been ready.
We don't need to nitpick here. But they say that the moment a artificial intelligence is created, that's a good point. The moment a artificial intelligence is created, we're probably screwed. Not because of Matrix or The Family or Terminator 2. I say 2 specifically. Don't think of anything after that.
The first one was alright.
Yeah, I know, but anything after that can die.
Do you know that Skynet was founded on the same day as Google?
That's cute. But the thing is, there was the idea that, okay, if you've got an artificial intelligence and say you're using it for a company.
Let's say hypothetically this artificial intelligence was called Charlie Sheen.
For the sake of it, there's an artificial intelligence called Charlie Sheen, and Charlie Sheen,
we'll call him Charlie.
is running a company that sells cocaine. Okay. Now the whole goal of this artificial intelligence is to come up with ways to sell.
Yeah, you have to say Charlie Sheen instead of AI.
The only way to this Charlie Sheen, his job is to sell cocaine. That is the own goal. So first off, right, Charlie Sheen will come up with how to make the machines run faster to process more cocaine.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll come up with
analogy works very well.
Better ways of getting more labor or less labor to get. If Charlie Sheen will get more labor in to make more cocaine. Sell more of it. Maybe they'll come up with more distribution avenues. But there's going to start getting a point where they're like, okay, we're at like max capacity for normal ideas. But this isn't a normal thing. Charlie Sheen ain't no normal thing.
It's never even been on the earth.
Charlie Sheen is going to start thinking of things outside the box. What can I turn into cocaine? What other avenues can I sell cocaine? And it'll get to a point where it starts taking resources from outside of what it would normally do to produce it. And it would keep trying to max out its next year quarter until eventually it's taking up more resources than you can actually produce.
Yeah.
And it starts basically running the planet out of resources.
It could kind of go
because it doesn't have an immediate need to stop. It's doing its job. That's the problem with an artificial intelligence. An artificial intelligence that is designed well and is willing to do its job, but doesn't have the capacity of human thought in the sense of going, maybe I shouldn't have snorted this cocaine before I started selling it.
It's weird because if you think of a completely non-bias, no reference point because it's a new intelligence, a new consciousness, and give it a problem or a thing to solve, it can't go like, oh, but what if I knock down that entire country? I could plant more fields of cocaine. That would make a lot of sense because then that's what I've been programmed to do. Let's do that. But anyway, the point is time travel. So. They had...
Okay, but to be fair, I've been stuck in this weird loop of the past week. You'll probably notice this on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Of me looking up missing persons or weird things.
I've seen that.
And I don't know why it scares the fuck out of me, but I keep on doing it. And I'm in this weird loop of missing persons and like time travel, like the hipster from like 1944. He's like wearing like really hipster clothing and that.
Oh, I've seen that.
He's holding a camera.
He's got like the glasses and
shit.
And
apparently that ties in with another story of the stockbroker who he came. I think it was in 2005 or something like that. Or no, 2010, something like that. He came with about $900. Ended up with $5 million and within like a 3-month period,
Yeah.
he called all the stocks absolutely right. No one had ever heard of him before he showed up. He was taken in by police. He kept on insisting he was from the future. They put him up into a room. Next day he was gone.
Yeah.
A mysterious person paid for his bond for about like it was like $5 million. He was gone the next day.
Nice.
No one ever heard from him again.
Um,
And it's a true story. They've got all the facts. They've got all the documents that this person actually existed, came and did this. And he claimed to be in the exact same photo as that hipster. And they matched up the images and looks exactly like him.
Well, okay, to be fair, right, time travel's obvious, but like the stock market thing, I mean, that's just good hunches. You gotta have the knack.
To get every single one
anyone
based
could
on
have done
$900
that.
to get $1 million within 3 months. That's crazy.
I shouldn't have.
Oh yeah, other people don't do it because they don't want to be caught out. You know.
But the problem is he got caught too far into it. He even admitted, goes, I knew everything that was going to happen. I just liked the rush, and I kept on getting it. And then the fact he went missing, and there's documents there. It's a recent thing.
Have you seen the one where the residents in a hotel start realizing that the water tastes funny, so they go up to the roof.
Are we talking about Flint?
No, we're not talking about Flint. This is a more tragic one.
Yeah, so they go up to the roof and find a body in the water tank, and they had no idea how she got there because it was all locked, and they found no drugs or anything in her system, which was really weird. But they did find security footage from a couple of days before in the hotel, and she's like walking around really strangely and like hiding in elevators and like just poking her head out and like being really scared.
I don't know why you had to go into like creepy, scary voice there.
I don't think you intended to. I think you're throwing at something and it kind of went in that direction.
That was like a real freaky, like just layer.
Yeah.
So I stopped talking.
I've seen that footage, and she seems paranoid or freaked out. But the thing is, she had no drugs in the system.
And the weird thing is, she was pressing the fucking close button on the elevator. It wasn't.
And she was poking out, and
she was like real sketched out.
Yeah, so something happened, but she could have just had a mental break.
Well, yeah, exactly. She was watching The
and
Simpsons.
That kind of stuff you can't test.
Yeah.
Watching The Simpsons had a mental break.
You know,
happens to the best of us.
You know, I work in mental health, right?
Really? You've never mentioned that ever. This is This is brand new news.
I get these stories.
Have you heard? I mean, we live with him.
I can't believe I've never heard this.
No, I'm shocking. I bet you he volunteers.
Oh, he probably volunteers.
He probably volunteers at like some group.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like a group who works together to like
talk
about each other's
other people that suffer from mental illness or something like that.
That would be a fantastic venture. If he isn't doing that, he should try it.
All I'm saying is don't ask a dumb question if you don't want a sarcastic answer from us.
I get the stories firsthand because I'm dealing with the people that are in this stuff, like right in this.
You talked to the girl before she drowned.
You could have stopped this, Ollie, even though she was in a different country.
I was the one that did it.
Yeah, you probably would.
No, it was the family. Do you know that Obama spoke at the inaugural annual dinner of the family? He's in on it too.
How do you know this?
I saw it online.
Well, you saw it online, so there's
like
an online video of the family.
Yeah, there's even a Wikipedia page.
No.
I just think
I can make a Wikipedia page about your glasses. Ollie's glasses, they're on his face once.
And as long as like 9 other people like agree with you.
I was going to look up The Vault. Have you seen The Vault?
The Vault.
It's a website. It's a section of the FBI website. They released a whole bunch of like all the files that were what's the word?
Sealed?
Classified. Yeah, all the classified files. The Vault.
Well,
I just wrote the value. I just spelled Vault.
What?
Value.
So you're saying that there's everyone knows about the family and everyone knows about the conspiracy of the fact they control the Simpsons.
Oh no! Very few people actually know that. Obama being one of them, me being the other.
It doesn't make any sense. And plus, I mean, the Simpsons have been around for 20 plus years.
God, yeah. Longest running series.
You think over those 20 years, every single person involved in this conspiracy wouldn't say a word when it's not a government institution.
It was actually only running for about the first 4 seasons.
Oh, but you said Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
He what?
Online. Because if
online,
the
internet wasn't around when The Simpsons started. It was in 1976 or something when The Simpsons started.
Okay, so he was watching it on VHS that had been recorded from TV and they'd broken all the ads out of it. Really?
Your logic just like bang. Your story had just gone.
Logic is not the right word.
It's like the internet.
Bullshit. This is all
internet
bullshit.
that wasn't around.
Yeah, this is what I. This is.
I can imagine just the voice actors on The Simpsons being like just sitting there and they're like, look, like I'm really keen for season 5. I've looked at some of the scripts. It looks really good, but can we kind of drop the family episodes? Like, it's getting a little bit weird.
Because it was the Flintstones. Flintstones passed it to the Simpsons. And any show that has a family on it is.
And there's a big time difference between the Flintstones to. You should have gone like the Flintstones into maybe to Tom and. Oh no, wait, Tom and Jerry was before the Simpsons?
No, but it always has to be about a family. Like, the show has to be about a family.
Okay, that's the twist. So, like, Simpsons. Probably the Jetsons at the same time.
Jetsons, My Wife and Kids. Obviously.
My Wife and Kids, that's a live action TV series.
Yeah, it was Detroit.
My Wife and Kids.
Yeah.
Home Improvement was before then.
Actually, no, to be honest, if you were going to hide anything, it'll be in a goddamn series like My Wife and Kids.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Like, something so like, why am I watching this? That
yeah, the
snap.
The Family Matter little spin-off as well. White Chicks.
The family used to hang out at the Improv in New York, which is where like pretty much all of the major comedians got their start. And they just found people that had the talent to be able to convey messages and like thieves can't. And then they paid them and drugged them up and took them over and then used them as pawns in their global conspiracy.
Do you know this is starting to sound a lot like the TV series? Like, actually, it was a TV series.
You better not this Lost. Do not tie Lost into this bullshit. I love Lost. I watch a lot of Lost, and it feels like you got to go. This is about as confusing as Lost. Fuck you, Jackson.
So Lost is actually a transcription.
Okay.
Shut
up. I was gonna say Animorphs, but fine.
Stop, Jason. Stop. Elaborate the Animorphs one.
Sorry, I have to write a note saying watch the Animorphs because I'm gonna.
Animorphs.
I actually watched that TV show.
It was fucking
Animorphs is a book series and it was a TV series for a while. I can't remember how long it lasted for a TV series.
3 seasons.
It was back in 2000, I think, because I was in America when that first came out.
I used to have the books. They had they always had the picture of the guy turning into the animal.
Yeah,
or the girl.
Basically, this alien.
Calling out sexism is so 2004. It's all about misogyny now.
Oh, okay. It's all about annoying Jason when you try and say something.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Basically, they pulled off Stargate pre-Stargate. They had this alien race of like earworm things that kind of take over people, and they were taking over the
Yurks or something.
Yeah, something like that.
The Weevils.
Let's look.
You got the internet.
I'm gonna look up the family's.
I pick it up and I'll do it, and everyone picks up their phone.
I was gonna do the family Wikipedia page.
Yeah, basically, these kids end up helping out, we're finding some alien dude. Or some alien artifact. I can't remember quite correctly.
I think his name is X.
And
his name was X.
They end up getting his ability to transform into any animal creature.
Yeah, I think it's a creature. I think because they can turn into aliens and stuff. Because I don't think it's limited to.
Yeah, I think it gets broadened out as they go further on the franchise. But I remember it most specifically because there is #spoiler warning, #this was ages ago. I remember it from the book anyway, but there was one of the characters called Tobias who they end up in a facility that these...
Actually, we should say something though.
Yeah.
One of the rules about changing is you only can stay changed for about 2 to 3 hours or something like that. Otherwise, you get stuck that way. Because that's what happened to Tobias.
Yeah.
Tobias was stuck in the facility as a bird.
Not facility. He was stuck as an animal.
Yeah. Well, he was stuck there and with no way out, until everybody else left. And
Yerks, they actually are.
Yerks, there you go. He couldn't leave, or the Yerks would have found him. So he had to stay as a bird, and then by the time they had left, he couldn't change back.
Yeah.
And he got stuck in this bird form.
How do you remember this? This was so many years ago.
Because it's one of the...
It happens really early on in the series, and it's quite...
I remember all
Yeah, it was probably the most ruthless thing to happen really early on. And also, it's one of those things... You know how sometimes... books or some stories, films, there's some things that just latch onto you. That was the thing that latched onto me from that series.
So, another theory about the family.
You know what latched onto me in that series? Just because we're still talking about Animorphs. There was a 6th Animorph, like a 6th human Animorph, called David. And he was the bad guy, and he was a complete dick, and he tried to kill everybody. It was great.
I'm gonna watch that.
I'm gonna buy the
Animorphs. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember because the characters they had Jake.
Oh yeah, who was the blonde?
The leader, kind of. Yeah.
Maybe.
Rachel, Tobias, Cassie, and Marco, and then Axe.
So family also believe.
Oh god.
They believe that. Now this is circular civilization theory. They believe that Jesus, Krishna, Buddha, all those people.
Yeah, let's talk about the one thing that pisses everyone off: religion.
Just briefly. They believe that they were aliens from extraterrestrials that came to Earth to teach peace and such, because they came from enlightened races where we didn't have war and all that kind of shit.
I think we always had war as humans.
I think we have to evolve beyond it, but basically when the AI turns itself on, it could very well say, hey, I've wired myself into all the FPOS machines.
I don't think we'll ever get beyond it, considering we've always had it.
No, I reckon it's possible. We just kill everyone that wants to help with war.
Well, that's a nice way of going
It's
about it.
slightly
So,
catch-22.
in order to stop war, you have to
kill
cause
a lot
war.
of people. The only problem is, like, once that artificial intelligence goes through and, like, electroshocks everyone through their headphones or whatever, it'll have to delete itself because it'll be one of those people, and then that just goes forever.
Alright, so I've looked up the David and Animorphs just to switch back, and this is what happens. So this is about a spoiler alert for those who actually are holding out to read those
planning to watch
Animorphs
this.
teenage books.
I don't think you can even find it anymore.
You can. I've still got them as well.
Holy crap.
David, a boy who joins the Animorphs after learning their secret. The Animorphs trust him at first, giving him the ability to morph and fight with them rather than kill him. But he betrays them. Whoever wrote... like, this is the risk of a Wikipedia. Anyone can edit it. It doesn't make sense. Ultimately, they are forced to trick him into morphing into a rat and trap him permanently in the morph, leaving him stranded on an island. So they throw him to an island and then to die.
And then that rat grew up to be the polar bear from Lost.
No, that's not how polar bears work.
Dave, you can't possibly know that.
I do know that.
Are you a marine
It
biologist?
finishes this because it's very bad.
Marine biology.
He returns later in the series, eventually asking Rachel to kill him. Whether Rachel kills David or not has never been established.
Well, now
Do
you
you
just did the
think
X-Files.
David died or not? Do you think Rachel killed David or
No,
not?
he became the polar bear from Lost.
I think-
People were like, what was the polar bear doing there? And
I
was
told you not to disrespect Lost, Ollie! And what are you doing?
what is the polar bear? Why is the polar bear there?
I can honestly give you the reason
I
why
can
the
tell
polar...
you, he was lost too.
He wasn't. He actually brought to the island because the Darwin Initiative were doing experiments on him.
Okay, so now I want to.
And then
I
he
don't have it on my
escaped.
phone.
It was part of the... it wasn't the Swan Station, it was, I think, the Auckland
I never
Station.
actually saw it.
I watched the entire thing. I was one of those people that would watch it week to week, fully invested, and do all these investigations. I even still got on my Facebook friend with the RNG game.
Yeah,
because you can
nice.
friend this dude.
Yeah.
During the break, and he would leave messages and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm still
RNG.
friends with him now.
Oh, that's good. I weirdly got friends with an Icelandic music video director. That's what that reminded me of. His name was Gustjon.
I don't know how that's relevant to anything.
I don't know if you're saying that correctly.
Yeah,
It is
I don't think-
Gustjon. Yeah, I guess.
Alright, anyway, so after that really weird kind of Animorph / the family conversation, however it went, we're now back to the letters section. So finally we get to read out James's letter.
It's probably about Animorphs and the family.
It's not about Animorphs at all.
I'm gonna
But if you
disagree.
do want to send us a letter, please send us to d20multiverse@gmail.com.
And if you want to assassinate us, please start. with me.
And just send us something, because I feel like that we're just really relying on James to send us it, and eventually he's going to stop.
Because we do tend to make fun of him a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
we're New Zealanders.
And I've just scrolled down and there's a hashtag Dave is a big meanie. So I know this is not going to go well for me, this email. But please send us an email. Any question you have for us, for me, Jason, Ollie, anyone. And we'll go through it and talk about it.
If you want to know more about the Simpsons grand plan.
Oh, God. Anyway, so
If
James
you want to give us any
thanks
other
again,
content.
So we're going to read through the email now. It goes, hello Dave and Ollie, another great recap. I must admit, I'm with Dave on his take on this episode. So this is about episode 32.
I remember this was a large division in the critters.
Good, not great. Mr. K, which is
Caduceus.
Clay,
Clay.
Mr. Clay, was MVP. Totally agree. So we're kind of on the same page. It's good to know that our reviews are very kind of, we can cover certain people's views, well, a lot of different views.
I always find it curious when we have a disagreement to see how many people agree with you and how many people agree with me. I think more people agree with you on this one.
We typically, when we have those divisions, we kind of get
They
a like
usually about
equal
50-50,
kind of
yeah.
like response in the comments.
Not easy to do.
No. Have you ever watched Critical Role?
I admittedly have started on the first episodes in the very first season.
You have to
I
push
agree.
through,
Like
like,
2.
Yeah.
you have to push
But-
through the first, 20 before they actually get decent equipment.
Yeah, it's kind of they up the production and kind of storytelling around about 20 and that
Yeah.
plus, because that's when it started to really they're gaining a huge following, knowing that it's
That was when they're like, hey, we've just released a t-shirt. And then 10 minutes later, like, well, that sold out. We didn't expect that to...
by the end of the
Ow.
episode, yeah.
Yeah.
It still happens now. They release something and then it's the medium size is always gone.
I
It's
know.
so annoying.
So is the line.
Anyway, he continues. I was somewhat disappointed when the Mighty Nine took the jewelry and jewelry. I can't say words.
It's okay.
And gems. I thought it was a chance for them to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Not sure if there would be any consequence in taking them. It would have been cool. It could have just been Matt Mercer making a cool story moment for a big role. For the big role that Mr. K had just gotten.
I don't know. I know Matt. I reckon there'll be, even if it's small, I reckon there'll be a ramification of some kind.
I don't think... It feels like Matt's giving them a lot of chances to do the right thing when no one's around. And they never do.
Yeah. No, that's fucking that's really... That's... I want
That's what... I'm not sure what you
I want to
mean
go into
there.
a religious run, but I can't.
But I think that's right. I think that's good because it shows you what they're actually right.
What people are like.
Yeah.
When they're not being watched.
Next paragraph starts with Ollie, so this is
Yeah!
towards you.
Right. Fuck
Ollie,
off,
you are definitely the jelly.
Oh, that's right, because we're talking about who is the peanut butter and who is the jelly.
Ollie, you're
That's
definitely the jelly.
weird.
The sweet to the peanut butter that that is Dave. The sweet to the peanut butter that is Dave. You're the bread then. I'm sorry, Jason, you're the bread.
Good friend, James.
I
Deal with it.
I'm fine.
FYI, I love peanut butter, so no disrespect, Dave.
Sorry. That is the weirdest, I suppose, compliment I've ever gotten in my life. That was weird.
You're the jelly, I'm the peanut butter. He loves peanut butter, but he wants to know no disrespect, Dave.
That was...
Is peanut butter the bad thing? Or the good thing?
That was the weirdest compliment I've ever received.
We'll go to the third party. Jason, what do you feel?
That was weirder than the theatre reviewer who spent an entire paragraph talking about my beard once from an improv show.
Look, guys, I'm just happy to be here.
Don't get me involved.
I don't want to be in the middle of this jam, peanut, pickle.
Anyway, let's move on for that. He continues. Ollie, Cuba is 30 miles south of Florida, because Ollie didn't know where Cuba was.
Fucking no.
So it's south of Florida. It's probably easier to say that.
So Florida is the one with the orange taped to the mattress, is that correct?
We continue. Oh, Florida is in the US.
I know what fucking Florida is.
Well, yeah, really? I'm not sure.
You don't give
Okay.
us...
I watched the
continues.
Simpsons episode where Ralph
Ollie,
was Florida.
Ollie, he
You were
continues.
scalped.
He continues to help you.
Oh, God.
On the East Coast. So the East Coast of the
Yeah, but he
USA.
doesn't tell me which way is east. So that
Stop.
doesn't help.
The lowest southern state on the East Coast.
You looked this up!
On a personal note, my mum lives in Florida now in a retirement community with my stepdad. Hi, Mum.
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
shout out to the mums.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Did you just use our podcast
To shout out
to
to your
shout
mum,
out to your mum through it? That's amazing.
who's in a retirement
I think
home with a
in
stepdad.
Florida.
I think it's just great that people from the retirement home listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
I think this should be. I think there's two places this podcast should be played: retirement homes and insane asylums.
At least we have an audience.
I've been in one of those two.
We will continue. One last thing. Love.
Okay, you did air quotes.
Yeah, did air
Explain
quotes.
that.
Julia, she rocks.
Yeah, she does.
She lets me have opinions. Unlike exclamation mark Dave exclamation mark.
Okay.
Because hashtag. This is where the hashtag that I teased at earlier. Hashtag Dave is a big meanie. Just playing.
Do you know what the weirdest? Okay, so I've had a couple of weird comments from fans before, like 3 a.m, sending very weird gifs and things to me over Facebook. I had someone the other day say, "Hey Ollie, long-time fan, please lick your girlfriend's forehead for me."
Yeah,
I was like, "What the?"
that is a weird one,
What
and
the-
I found it funny.
I did actually do it. However, if you're curious, because I told Julia about it and then I licked her forehead.
That's weird.
I mean, it It would just be rude not to, really.
At that point, he's taking the effort to foot check you down on Facebook.
Might as well, yeah. So just in case you were wondering if
he says, thanks for reading my emails, Dave and Ollie. Take care, James. P.S. Please email the name of the show filmed where you live so I can check it out. It sounded pretty good.
That's terrifying.
I've only ever given out this address, to one person that's the person who sent us the bracelets.
I wore those on the live stream.
We've still got them.
Yeah, I've still got mine on my live.
But I don't think I'll ever do it again because I still feel nervous about it.
James, sorry, did you just essentially say, hey, can you send us the video where you tell us about where you live?
Yeah,
because it's kind of weird.
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe we've only ever had one person want to send us something, and that's why I've only given it out.
It would be, with earlier on the channel, I would have been like, yeah, let's tell them, we'll hang out. But then after some of the weird 3 a.m. comments, I'm kind of
starting to get that point that I'm just like, maybe we should be a little bit careful about the information. Like me revealing my birthday at the beginning there, now I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
Because people probably work out my exact birthday now.
Can I say mine? Because I don't care.
Yeah.
4th of July!
Oh, really?
Yeah, easy to remember.
Yeah, that's easy to remember, yeah. I know someone that was born on September 11th.
Ah.
God, it was all good until 2001.
Oh, and downer!
Don't get your hopes up. But...
okay.
But me and Julie were looking at... Oh, shit, no, I can't say this on podcast. Fuck. Remind me to tell you afterwards.
Wow, that was a really blue balling the audience right there, right?
Let's go back to what they really want. Animorphs. So now, was it a book first and then a TV series?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
and this was from the school
series. Yeah, it was kind of like the Twilight of that time, but it wasn't as big. Twilight only got big because they made a movie about it.
Do you remember Animorphs and Goosebumps? Those were the 2 shows.
Yeah, Goosebumps was before Animorphs.
That was scary shit for a kid's show.
Did you watch the TV show?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I read the books.
The vines. I had the books. TikTok You're Dead. The Pick Your Own Path one.
Have you seen the Goosebumps movie? That's recently come out with Jack Black.
No,
there's 2 of them.
Are there 2 of them now?
Yeah,
speaking of which,
a sequel recently.
3 new Harry Potter books for Christmas. Boom. 3 new Harry Potter books are coming out for Christmas.
Wait, like legit Harry Potter
books.
Holy shit.
I know. I'm buying them as soon as I find out where the fuck they're selling them.
So it's Harry Potter and the blah blah blah.
I don't know. They've called it 3 official Harry Potter.
But is it kind of like
I don't know if it follows
books in the Harry Potter world?
I don't know if they're going to do a Fantastic Beasts in book form.
Maybe. I'm a bit skeptical about it. I know they did Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. They did that as a play.
Yeah.
And they released a
musical.
With very mixed reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they released the script.
So the question is that would the Cursed Child still be canon?
Probably. I don't know. Because I have no idea. It's only just been announced.
I would genuinely enjoy if it was just like Harry Potter and retirement. Harry Potter and doing the yard.
Yeah.
Like, just having a mundane, normal life after all this ridiculousness.
Can you imagine how long that book was? Chapter 1. Harry woke up and raked the yard. Yeah. The end. The boy who lived.
A bird went past and then it left.
And then Harry realised the most exciting parts of his life was in high school.
Yeah. Harry Potter in the long text form.
Harry Potter in his mundane life.
Harry Potter and honey, the sink's blocked again.
There was somebody...
Ginny?
Somebody online, I can't remember who, so this is a terrible reference to it. But it came up in some YouTube videos about the idea that there's some people have interpreted the prophecy from Harry Potter differently in the sense that it's not just that the idea that neither one of them can live while the other one survives. Yeah. It's like apparently they imply that if one of them dies, the other one cannot die because they can only be killed by the other. So
you're immortal. So it's technically
Harry Potter could be now immortal. I mean, he did technically already get killed.
Does it also maybe say that Voldemort's not really dead?
Yeah, what about this? Someone pointed out that Hufflepuff is the only house that has not produced a very powerful evil wizard. Because you had Wormtail from Gryffindor.
Well, it wasn't powerful at all, though. He was just a dick.
Well, yeah. But you know what I mean, like evil...
So
Hufflepuff's the only place that's never had an evil wizard.
Unless you count, like, Cedric Diggory as evil.
Yeah, or just...
Wait, Cedric Diggory was Gryffindor, wasn't he?
No, he was Hufflepuff.
Oh, was he Hufflepuff? Yeah. I always thought he was Gryffindor. No. Hold up. I'm going to check this because I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think he's Gryffindor.
He was Gryffindor.
Cedric Diggory?
Yeah, I'm looking it up, Ollie.
Alright.
Because
I
it was a
just like to say,
particular... It was a big deal.
Going back to like Critical Role, I've just spent the last couple of days on DeviantArt looking at Critical Role fan art, and man, some of those people, like check this out. This is Yasha. That's my lock screen. I wish I could draw like that.
I like it how you show something on a podcast.
Yeah, I'll just describe it. It's Yasha. She's looking badass.
If you can use sonar from hearing
Yeah.
the screen shape.
Did you see the guy that could do that? The blind guy. He used to ride around on a bike making clicking sounds, and he could.
Oh, you were right.
Damn
Hufflepuff.
straight, I was fucking right. It's Harry Potter, man.
Oh, I didn't see that coming.
Don't you come into my
But as
house.
Robert Patterson as well.
And does that make him a evil? He wasn't an evil wizard.
He wasn't.
No, exactly.
How was it? Why would you say if you count Cedric Diggory? Why did you say that?
Because he was an antagonist
No,
towards Harry.
because he eventually went on to star in Twilight. In my eyes,
So the actor.
that's pretty evil.
so not in the Harry Potter canon.
Like
just the
meta
actor.
level.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Hufflepuff. I mean, name one other wizard that comes from Hufflepuff, though. You don't really know a lot about Hufflepuff, or really Ravenclaw, to be completely honest.
Oh my god, it'll be Harry Potter and the Dark Secrets of Hufflepuff.
It doesn't even sound like a scary title, too. Harry Potter and the Dark Secrets of Hufflepuff.
They'll have villains like the friggin' Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters, like stupidly not horrifying or not scary, but definitely evil.
Or they'll have like villains in Hufflepuff, but they're like the Canadian villains.
So
So they're actually really, really nice, but they do kind of semi-meaning things.
Like they replaced the store supply of Pepsi with Coca-Cola.
Yes, or like just misplace someone's wand from one area to the other.
Yeah.
And just think it's
Slightly
evil.
mispronounced words just to fuck with people.
Or just... Yeah, I just think it's hilarious.
Yeah, just like Slytherin is about like people murdering each other. With,
Yeah.
like,
Hufflepuff just inconveniences
like
people.
whoopee cushions and shit.
Leviosa, not Leviosa. Yes, I know.
Only you can help with mispronunciation.
Oh,
That's
dear.
great.
So is this crunchy peanut butter? I thought I asked for smooth, and then you've got someone in the corner.
Let's never mention peanut butter ever again. I don't want peanut butter ever again. I'm going to throw out the only peanut butter I have.
I just
Leave
bought
my
some
peanut butter
earlier
alone.
today.
I bought fancy peanut butter. It's nice.
I've got this weird thing in my head now of just some guy rubbing peanut butter on his body, so like just saying, "Oh, Dave," while he's rubbing peanut butter on himself. For some reason, that's in my head right now.
You know that-
I don't know. I want to get
You
out
were
of
the
it.
one who called me bread, so I'm now concerned. Genuinely concerned what you think I do with my day.
I feel like there are some moments when things occur.
Wow, there are some moments that things occur.
Let me
Ollie.
finish.
That is definitely very true.
Fuck it, that's wisdom.
It's
isn't
because
it?
you paused too long. You had
The
that.
dramatic effect.
You gave me enough time to rip into you.
There are moments when things occur.
Dave, life needs things to live. All right.
Oh god, that's hilarious. Anyway, what were you saying, Ollie?
I can't fucking remember. No, there are things when small electrical impulses between neurotransmitters create strings of ones and zeros in your head that should not be said out loud. And a guy rubbing himself in peanut butter going, "Oh, Dave," is one of those things that should stay locked in the ever-eternal abyss of the spiraling mind of Dave.
I don't know. Sounds like a pretty normal Dave-esque conversation starter,
He's
really.
probably having one of the nuts on his nipple. Anyway,
How is it that I'm the only one?
Let's call it there. Nuts on the nipple is always a good place to stop a podcast.
Can't really beat it.
Speaking of, if anybody wants like a D20 multiverse t-shirt that's nuts on a nipple, like just written on the
Yeah,
front,
if
a
someone
big
wants
peanut.
well, let's do this. If someone sends us a design of nuts on the nipple, and it's good enough to actually have on a t-shirt,
We'll make it.
We'll make it and put
When
it
I
on
get
the
back,
store.
That would
when I
be
get-
the best thing.
I would pay for that. I just want to take this moment to shout out to someone that gave us a shout out. I think.
You don't literally need a shout out.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you can just say it.
I'd like to just give a shout out.
Don't whisper.
Oh, whisper house is even more.
This is Ollie, I don't know if you realise this is an audio medium, so you kind of, whispering doesn't really work.
Okay, we got a really cool shout out from Fate of Eisen on the start of their latest podcast. They are another Wellington group of actually comedians that do podcasts of live stream D&D, not live stream, podcasts of D&D, Dungeons and Dragons.
This is so smooth.
Fuck you. and they're amazing. They're awesome. So if you need like some podcasts to listen on your way
I
to
think
work,
you're a bit biased.
Okay, Julia's in it, but
Yeah,
still,
exactly.
Hey, that's
It
the
is.
crux.
it is also really good. They basically
We should be clear for the audience. A little bit biased.
Fate of Eisen actually did a big tweet where they tweeted all the like cool podcast stuff. We were on that list, so they gave us a bit of exposure. And yeah, on their latest podcast, they did like a little ad for us. Just they didn't have to. They just thought that would be nice because we're friends. I know Brad, and
I've never met them in my life.
You've met Julia, so that counts. And so I'd just like to give you guys a massive shout out. Thank you so much for just being cool. And hey, if you guys need a podcast to listen to after this one finishes and you've downloaded the other 17 because I don't know why.
I like how
Don't worry.
you've completely forgotten which number we're on to already. I literally said it at the beginning of the show. Do you remember which one?
Go check out Fate of Eisen.
Come on, really.
13.
There we go.
Yeah,
I knew you would get there.
It was only because 13 is a number where things are
because we
happening.
made a big deal
Yeah,
about it at the
otherwise
start, and
that
I was
was
gonna go. How do you not remember?
If 13 was not considered a lucky number, I would have fucked that question up.
Yeah, probably.
This shout out was sponsored by Oliver's Relationship.
Yeah. Anyway, let's wrap this up. So if you do want to, as I said halfway through this video, in the beginning of the video, if you do want to send us an email for us to read out on here, or even just the general questions you want us to answer, please send an email to d20multiverse@gmail.com. Make sure you kind of like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this on podcast format, thank you, heaps. If you are watching this on YouTube, make sure you download it on iTunes and Snitcher and other places that you can find it.
Write a transcription, print it out, and put it in your neighbour's letterbox.
Oh, don't do that. And well, just thank you for listening, especially our Patreons who made this possible. Thanks to you guys. We get enough of you guys to actually pay for this podcast for itself.
Yeah, you guys are actually better than everyone else.
Yeah, and now we're actually reaching a point where we're able to put a couple of dollars aside outside of just paying for the podcast that we can put towards something else.
Yeah, so cocaine hookers and Charlie Sheen.
It's never cocaine, hookers, and definitely not Charlie Sheen.
I want to pay to get him on the show.
I'm trying to do this wrap up.
I know. Look, every time I'm trying to do something on the channel, you always interrupt with hilarious, sarcastic comments. I'm just giving.
Yeah, but they're funny.
Zing. Charlie Sheen, please delete Dave first.
But yeah, make sure you do all that lovely stuff to support us because we do see it, even if we may not appreciate it as much as you should. But yeah, thanks heaps. And if you do want to support us, we've got a Patreon. But just listening to this is more than enough.
I'm going to go watch The Simpsons, so thank you very much.
So Ollie, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Don't.
Jason, say goodbye.
Yo.
And if you want Jason back, how about one person say, Jason, please come back, and he will come back.
And a hashtag, though, because I want to see another hashtag campaign.
Don't
Jason, come back.
No more. And see ya from me, Dave.
Ollie.
And Jason.
Bye.
Bye. Later.